Noah Carter arrived at the Grand Lark Hotel with his violin case in one hand and a worn black suit bag in the other. The lobby smelled like flowers and money. People moved fast, speaking in short, sharp lines. A large sign near the stairs said the night was for charity, but Noah knew most guests came for business. He checked in with the event manager and was led to the ballroom stage. The lights were bright, and the tables were already set with gold plates and tall glass candles. A few workers rushed around, fixing ribbons and checking microphones. Noah opened his case and took out his violin. Did not like loud rooms, but he liked what music could do to them. His group arrived one by one. Two violinists, a cellist, and a quiet man with a viola. They tuned quickly. Noah listened for the smallest wrong sound. When everything matched, he nodded. The first notes of the warm-up floated out. A worker nearby slowed down to listen, then kept walking like he forgot why he was in a hurry. Noah was not famous. Most people in places like this did not know his name. He was hired because he was reliable, and because he never made trouble. Still, he had his own reason for being here. Months ago, he had sent a short proposal to the Bennett Foundation. It was not for him. The center needed new instruments and a safe room for lessons. Noah taught there when he could. He did it because music had once saved him, and he wanted it to save someone else too. The proposal got one short reply. It said they would review it, then nothing. Tonight, the CEO of Bennett Tech, Claire Bennett, would be here. The foundation had her name on it, and her company paid for this gala. Noah told himself he would not chase her, would simply ask person to person if she had seen the request. If she said no, he would accept it and move on. The ballroom filled slowly. Men in dark suits and women in shining dresses took their seats. Phones appeared, then disappeared. Laughter rose and fell in waves. The host spoke into a microphone about generosity and hope. Noah waited for his cue, shoulders straight, eyes on the conductor's stand even though he was leading from his own chair. When the signal came, Noah lifted his bow. He started with a calm piece, clean and smooth. The room kept moving at first, then quieted. Forks slowed, conversations lowered. Noah's fingers moved with steady care. He could feel the group follow him. He did not play to impress, he played to mean something. Near the center of the room, Claire Bennett arrived with her team. Noah had only seen her in pictures. In person, she looked even more controlled, like nothing could touch her unless she allowed it. Her dress was simple and expensive. Her hair was pulled back. She walked as if the floor belonged to her. She stopped near a table, listened for a moment, then looked toward the stage. Her face did not change much, but her eyes stayed on Noah longer than he expected. Then a man leaned in and spoke to her, and she turned away. The set ended. Applause rose. Noah stood, bowed, and sat again. During the break, waiters moved in with trays. Photographer called for Claire to step near a banner with the company logo. People gathered around her like she was a bright light. Noah took a breath and walked off the stage. His heart beat faster than he wanted. He waited near the edge of the crowd until there was a small opening. Then he stepped forward. "Ms. Bennett," he said, keeping his voice calm. "My name is Noah Carter. I play here tonight. I sent a request to your foundation a while ago for the East Harbor Arts Center. I wanted to ask if you had a chance to see it." Claire looked at him, then at his violin case strap over his shoulder. Her eyes were sharp, not cruel, but tired. "I'm in the middle of something," she said. "It will take a moment," Noah answered. "It's for the kids, not for me." Her assistant leaned close and whispered something. Claire's jaw tightened. "Email the foundation address," Claire said. "They handled those requests." "I did," Noah replied. "I never heard back." Claire's gaze shifted past him, already searching for the next person she needed to face. "Then it wasn't approved," she said. Her tone stayed polite, but the words landed hard. "Excuse me?" She turned away. Reporter stepped in with a question, and Claire smiled for the camera like the conversation never happened. Two days after the gala, Claire Bennett sat in a glass meeting room on the top floor of Bennett Tech. The city looked small from up there. Her screen showed numbers, contracts, and a calendar packed tight. She moved from one topic to the next without pause. Her assistant Megan stepped in with a tablet. "Your public team wants a community visit next week," Megan said. "The takeover rumors are getting louder. People think the company has no heart." Claire did not look up. "Pick something clean," she said. "No risks." Megan hesitated. It was a move to control the story. The East Harbor Arts Center looked tired from the outside. The paint was faded, and the steps had cracks. A banner hung in the window, showing drawings of violins and bright notes. Posters of past student shows covered the walls. Nothing matched, but it felt lived in. Miss They reached the door. Lily opened it without warning. Claire stepped in and stopped. Noah Carter stood at the front of the room with his violin tucked under his chin. He moved closer and gently adjusted the boy's hand. The boy tried again. This time the note came out cleaner. She had seen Noah in a ballroom under bright lights. Here he looked different. There was no polish around him. There was only focus. Lily stepped beside Claire. "Not on paper," Lily said. "We do what we can." The photographer lifted his camera. Claire raised a hand. "Not yet," she said. He gave a short nod and went back to the lesson. The kids started again. The woman looked at Noah. "Mr. Noah lowered his violin again. "It's fine," he said. "Wait." He needed it. One case had a tag that said repaired. A sign on the wall listed needs. Music stands. Mr. Carter, she answered. You work here? Noah looked toward the kids, then at Lily. Give me 5 minutes, he said, more to them than to Claire. For the first time in a long time, Claire felt unsure. Instead, she had walked into a room where people gave time like it was the only thing that mattered. Okay. Noah came out into the hallway and closed the music room door behind him. The noise of the kids faded. Claire stood near a wall of student drawings. One picture showed a stage with a large crowd and bright lights. Another showed a small room with a single violin. Claire looked at them like she was trying to solve a problem. Noah kept his voice even. What do you want to talk about? Claire faced him. Your request to the foundation, she said. I visited today because my team planned it. Noah nodded once. So you saw the place I did? Claire said. She paused, then added, I also saw what you do here. Noah did not smile. The kids need it, so that is all. Claire looked past him for a second, as if checking who might hear. How much do you need to stay open? She asked. Lily stepped into the hallway at that moment, carrying a box of sheet music. She stopped when she saw them. Everything okay? She asked. Noah answered first. Yeah, we are talking. Claire kept her tone controlled. I want details, she said to Lily. Rent, repairs, instruments. Lily held the box tighter. We can send a list, she said. But I do not want this to turn into a show. Claire's eyes narrowed. I am not here to play games, she said. Lily did not back away. Then do not treat it like a press move, she said. Noah watched both of them. He saw how Claire's shoulders went stiff. He also saw how Lily did not flinch. It was not a normal meeting for a woman like Claire, and that was clear. Claire turned to Megan, who stood a few steps away. Set a follow-up, Claire said. A real meeting, not today. Megan nodded fast. Yes. Claire looked back at Noah. You will be there, she said. Noah replied. If it is about the kids, sure. Claire did not answer. She walked out with her team, heels tapping on the floor. The photographer tried to lift his camera again, but Claire shook her head. That night, Claire sat alone at her apartment table with a laptop. Her place was quiet, clean, and expensive, but it felt like a hotel room. She opened the old foundation emails. She searched for East Harbor Art Center. The request was there, buried under dozens of other messages. She clicked it. It listed how many students they served, how many hours of lessons they gave, and how the center kept kids busy after school. At the end was a short note from Noah. It said his mother had believed every child should have a way to make something beautiful. It said he wanted to build a small music school one day, but for now he wanted to keep the center alive. Claire read it twice, and she leaned back and stared at the ceiling. She told herself she had not ignored it on purpose. She told herself she had too many requests and too little time. None of those reasons felt good enough. The next morning, Claire entered a board meeting that was already tense. Set up a partnership, Claire said. We will fund repairs and instruments. Greg raised his eyebrows. That is the place you visited. Yes, Claire said. And we will announce a youth concert. A real one, not a staged photo. The room became quiet. A few board members looked surprised. Others looked relieved. Claire knew what they were thinking. They thought she had found a new tool. Later that week, the first planning meeting took place at Bennett Tech. Lily came with him. Claire sat at the head of the table. Her staff lined the sides like guards. Claire spoke first. No, Noah repeated. The kids are not props. When the meeting ended, people stood and gathered papers. Noah picked up his folder. Claire spoke before he could leave. "Mr. Carter," she said, "I was wrong at the gala. For the first time, Claire understood the danger. This was not just a donation. She had stepped into a world where she could lose control, not of her company, but of herself. The partnership moved fast. Builders arrived at the art center to fix the heating and patch the roof. New music stands were delivered. A local shop agreed to give discounts on strings. Kids who used to share instruments now had their own for practice. Lily kept records of every dollar. Noah kept teaching like he always had. Claire visited twice, each time without a crowd of cameras. She wore simple clothes and came with only Megan. She did not try to lead the room. She stood back and watched. It was harder than she expected. Watching meant she had to feel what was in front of her. One afternoon, the center held a rehearsal for the youth concert. Noah set chairs in rows and taped marks on the floor so the kids would know where to stand. Claire arrived early and saw him carrying a heavy box of sheet music by himself. "You should have asked for help," she said. Noah set the box down. "I am used to doing it," he answered. Claire looked around the room. "This place looks different," she said. "It still has the same problems," Noah said. "Just fewer leaks." The kids arrived and filled the room with noise. Noah raised his hands, and the sound dropped. The change was quick and clean, like a switch. Claire watched the kids listen to him. They did not fear him. They trusted him. During a break, Claire stepped closer. "I reviewed the foundation request," she said. "I want to approve it fully. Not just repairs. Long-term support." Noah wiped his hands on his pants. "Good," he said. "But do it the right way. Clear rules, no pressure on the center." Claire nodded, agreed. For a moment, it felt like peace. Then Lily entered the room carrying water bottles. She handed one to Noah and one to a student. Noah took it and thanked her. Lily leaned in and said something in his ear. Noah's face softened. He nodded, and Lily touched his shoulder in a quick, familiar way. Claire saw it and felt heat rise in her chest. She did not know why she cared. She told herself it was a distraction. Still, her eyes stayed on them. When rehearsal ended, Noah walked outside to load instruments into a van. Lily followed him. Claire stayed behind for 1 minute, then walked out too. In the parking lot, the air was cold. The sky looked heavy with rain. Noah lifted a cello case into the back of the van. Lily stood close, speaking low. She laughed at something he said, then hugged him. It was not long, but it was real. Claire stopped near the curb. Her voice came out sharp. "So that is your situation," she said. Noah turned, confused. "What?" Claire stepped closer. "Lily," she said. "You too?" Lily looked between them. "Claire, what are you talking about?" she asked. Noah's jaw tightened. "Say it," he said to Claire. "What do you want to ask?" Claire hated how her words sounded, but she could not pull them back. "Are you with her?" she asked. Noah stared at her. "That is not your business," he said. Claire's face went still. "It matters if it affects the partnership," she said. Even though she knew that was not true, Lily took a step back, eyes narrow. "This is not about the partnership," she said. Noah shook his head once. "You do not get to walk in here, act like you care, and then judge people," he said. "You brushed me off like I was nothing. You want control." Claire felt the words hit. She opened her mouth, then closed it. She did not know how to answer without making it worse. Noah turned back to the van and shut the door. "I have work," he said. Claire stood there as they drove off. Her hands went cold. She told herself she was right to keep distance. She told herself emotions were a weakness. But she did not feel strong. She felt small. 2 days later, everything exploded online. A news site posted a story about Bennett Tech cutting jobs. It was written in a harsh tone and spread fast. Then another post appeared, showing photos from the art center repairs. The caption claimed Claire was using poor kids to hide layoffs. People shared it without checking facts. Comments poured in, angry and cruel. By afternoon, sponsors called the center to complain. A few threatened to pull support for the youth concert. Lily phoned Claire with her voice tight. "This is hurting us," she said. "Parents are scared." Claire's staff pushed her to end the partnership. Greg Lawson sent a message that said it was time to cut loose and protect the company. Claire walked into the center that evening alone. The building lights were on, but the halls were quiet. She heard music from the main room. She followed the sound and stopped at the door. Noah sat in the dark with a small lamp on the floor. He played his violin slowly, a rough piece that did not sound finished. It was not meant for a crowd. It sounded like anger held back and hope fighting to stay alive. Claire stood in the doorway and listened. Her throat tightened. She thought about the board, the headlines, and the easy choice to run. She also thought about the kids who had started to believe this concert could happen. Noah stopped playing and looked up. His eyes found her at once. Claire stepped inside. Her voice was quiet but clear. "I am not ending this," she said. "Even if the company wants me to." Noah held his violin still. "Why?" he asked. Claire took a breath. "Because I am tired of hiding behind plans," she said. "And because you were right. I wanted control. I did not want that anymore." Noah did not answer right away. He watched her like he was testing if she meant it. Outside, rain began to tap on the windows. The center felt small against the noise of the world. Claire stood there anyway, refusing to leave. Claire stayed in the music room while the rain hit the windows. Noah put his violin down on the chair beside him. He did not invite her closer, but he did not tell her to leave. That alone felt like a change. "The news is loud," Noah said. "It will get worse." Claire nodded. "I know." Noah studied her face. "You can still walk away," he said. "No one would be shocked." Claire looked around the room. The newsstands were lined up in neat rows. A few kids had left drawings on the wall showing instruments with big hearts and bright colors. "I used to think walking away was the smart move," she said. "Now it feels like the easiest lie." Noah did not soften. "The center cannot take another promise that breaks," he said. Claire's voice stayed steady. "Then do not take my promise," she said. "Take my action." The next morning, Claire called Lily and asked to meet at the center before classes began. Lily arrived with a tense face, ready for a fight. Noah came too, arms crossed, quiet and watchful. Claire placed a folder on the table. "This is a legal agreement," she said. "It sets up protected funding for the center for 3 years. The money is locked for these needs only: pairs, instruments, lessons, and rent support. It does not depend on good press." Lily opened the folder and read. Her eyes moved fast. "This is real," Lily said. "It is," Claire replied. It includes outside oversight. A third party checks the spending. I do not want anyone to think this is a trick. Noah watched Claire with careful eyes. What do you get? He asked. Claire answered without pause. Nothing, she said. I already took enough. Lily closed the folder slowly. Why now? She asked. Claire took a breath. Because I was wrong, she said. And because I saw what you built with almost nothing. That does not happen by accident. Lily's expression changed a little, but she still looked firm. You hurt him, Lily said, nodding toward Noah, not just with words, with the way you treated him? Claire met Noah's eyes. I know, she said. I am sorry. Noah did not forgive her right away. I need truth, he said, not speeches. Claire nodded. Ask, she said. Noah pointed to Lily. You assumed things, he said. Say it out loud. What did you think? Claire's face tightened. She did not like admitting it. I thought you and Lily were together, she said. Lily let out a short breath, almost a laugh, but not warm. He is my cousin, she said. My aunt was his mother. Claire went still. The jealousy she had tried to ignore now felt obvious and foolish. I did not know, she said. You did not ask, Noah replied. Claire accepted it. You are right, she said. That same week, the takeover group pushed harder. Greg Lawson called Claire into a private meeting. Your charity move is not working, he said. People think it is fake. Investors want you gone. Step down, and we might save the stock. Claire looked at him and saw the truth. He did not care about the company's future. He cared about winning. Claire made a decision that scared her. She walked into the next board meeting and resigned as CEO. The room filled with noise. Some people tried to stop her. Others looked relieved. Claire kept her voice calm. I will not let this company use children as cover, she said. If you want a different face, take mine off the building. But the center keeps the funding. She left the building without cameras, without speeches, and without a title. The day of the youth concert arrived. The venue was not a fancy hall. It was a community theater with worn seats and a small stage. Parents lined up outside. Few local reporters came, but not many. The online noise had not fully faded. Backstage, kids shook with nerves. One boy said he was going to throw up. A girl cried because she forgot her music. Noah moved through them like a steady rope, pulling them back from panic. Breathe, he said. Count to 4. You know this. Claire was there too, wearing a plain black shirt and holding a roll of tape. She fixed a loose stand, tied a bow tie, and handed out water. She did not give orders. She followed Noah and Lily's lead. Noah noticed. You did not have to come, he said. I wanted to, Claire replied. When the show started, Noah stepped onto the stage and lifted his hands. The kids began. The first notes shook. Then they settled. The sound grew stronger. Parents leaned forward. Someone in the crowd wiped their eyes. Claire stood at the side of the stage, watching. She did not feel like a hero. She felt like a person who had finally learned where to stand. After the last piece, the crowd rose for a long applause. Kids smiled like they could not believe it. Noah bowed with them, then looked toward the wings. Claire met his eyes. He walked off stage and stopped in front of her. You did something hard, Noah said. Claire swallowed. I should have done it sooner, she said. Noah nodded. Maybe, he said. But you did it now. He held out his hand. Claire took it. His grip was warm and steady. It did not erase the past, but it made space for a future. Outside, the rain had stopped. The air smelled clean. The center was still standing, and the music was still alive. For Claire and Noah, it was not a perfect ending. It was a real beginning.